And now, your Storm Team 18 forecast. Weather from where you live.
Well, the watches, the warnings are already lining up in the southeast. The hurricane warnings going way inland here, all the way to central Georgia. We've got tropical storm warnings farther to the north up to North Carolina. And these are flood warnings from the predecessor rainfall event going on down here in parts of southern Georgia and the panhandle of Florida. And then you go a little farther to the north, near Franklin, North Carolina, we've had more than 2 inches of rain just in the past 24 hours. And we're taking all the tropical moisture courtesy of Helene here. As the center moves this way and then up this way, it's just going to pull rain this way, and you lift that up over the Appalachians and it enhances the rainfall. So already flood warnings up. This is in some places some pretty catastrophic flooding in parts of the spine of the Appalachians, and even high wind watches up for parts of southeast Kentucky and parts of Tennessee, and the flood watches go back into Alabama. It's a very large hurricane. Size matters. A small 3 and a big 2 vary big time. And you can take a compact 3 or a much larger 2, and your surge will be more in that 2 than that 3. Now in this case, we've got a large storm with a very large surge with, again, up to 20-foot surge into the Big Bend of Florida, but we also have a very large wind field with the hurricane as well. So this one will be different than what we've had at any point this year down in this region. Beryl was relatively compact. Francine was compact. This Cat 3 to 4 making landfall will not be a compact storm. Very large hurricane wind field. And there's the eye forming right now. Winds are currently at 85, but that next update, they will likely be quite a bit higher than that. It's at least about 500 miles wide right now. It's kind of varying between 500 and 800 miles, contracting a little bit because I think it's strengthening, and then once it really pulses up, it'll go wider once again, and then it's flipped up here. We call this the Fujiwara effect. This is going to come into our area. The upper low will pull it inward. They will dance around each other like ballerinas, and eventually one will consume the other, and then it moves over the area. All right, all that said, patchy fog developing later on tonight with some partial clearing. 50 to 58 area-wide. Tomorrow's an upper 70s to 80 day. The wind picks up from the northeast, nothing more than an isolated sprinkle or a light shower with a mix of sun and clouds as the day goes on. Certainly more sun to the northwest, a little more in the way of cloudiness as you go southeastward. Warm on Friday, 76 to 80, but a howling northeast wind courtesy of Helene and high pressure up in Ontario, funneling that wind in with a few showers towards evening, and it will eventually turn mostly cloudy, but that wind gusting 30 to 45. I've said this every weathercast tonight. If you're kicking field goals for the Frenzy on Friday evening in a high school football game, just know where those goalposts are oriented, because that northeast wind's going to want to blow the ball to one side. There are the clouds coming in from the southeast. And again, an isolated sprinkle tomorrow, and then a few of these showers starting to come in for Friday evening. And then this main band of rain you see down here, that band of rain comes in Friday night, Saturday morning, right there. Then a break for a while for Saturday, and then a few spotty showers afternoon, and Sunday, Monday, showery, but at least the isolated tornado threat staying southeast of us. And rainfall-wise, certainly the heaviest amounts to our southeast, 1/2 to 1.25 inches for our area. And then, once we get Helene out of here, it's beautiful weather come later next week, mid to late next week. Even Tuesday's nice at 74, Wednesday 74 as well. And then we're back to the 80s with sunny skies next weekend, just in time for the feast.